Movie time!
Movie time.
And Austin is back.
Hi guys.
Why? Because what's out on DVD now?
The Hobbit.
All the Hobbit movies are now out.
The Hobbit.
The Battle
Every
of Five Armies is now
single Hobbit is out.
All the Hobbit.
So if you were to watch all of the Lord of the Rings and all of the Hobbits together, you're going to waste a good weekend of your
And you're
life.
going to have a very happy Austin.
A very happy Austin.
Yeah.
If you've read the book, you know this is like the big battle in front of the mountain. The dwarves don't want to give up the gold. Other dwarves are coming to help them keep it.
I love gold!
The humans are coming to get their cut. The elves think they deserve a cut.
Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
Gandalf is trying to say, but guys, there's something bigger and badder coming. You need to fight together. And just when it looks like all is lost, the Eagles show up.
Eagles. It's always the Eagles.
Now there are lots of metaphors in there talking about, World War I, and there's biblical metaphors. You can read into it whatever you want. But what we all want to know is, what do you think about the elf-dwarf love again?
The elf-dwarf love...
I mean, it started, 2 years ago with the first movie?
And can I spoil things?
Spoil
the book
things.
has been out, but this didn't happen in the book, so never mind. Don't listen to my face. Spoil things. Well, the elf is okay, but Keely dies. And so it doesn't really happen. And Legolas is like, but Toriel, and Toriel's like, nah. And then Keely dies, and she's like, but why? And then, yeah, that happens.
So we don't get to see what an elf-dwarf
No, we don't
baby
get to
would
see
be.
their baby. No.
So we get to see star-crossed elf-dwarf love.
Yes, and death.
And Legolas getting jilted, which I find kind of unrealistic.
Who would do that to Legolas? I mean,
That dude's
girl.
hot, right?
Yeah, for real. I mean, like,
For an elf.
if Legolas was like, hitting me up, I'd be like, hey, and if Keely was hitting me up, I'd be like, nah.
Really?
Legolas, yeah.
Oh.
Even though Keely is the cute dwarf, I mean,
As far as dwarves go.
yeah, Legolas is Legolas,
And he's magic a little bit.
yeah. I want to be an elf. I mean, I wish I was an elf.
And then you would go for elves and not dwarves.
Yeah.
It's a little bit racist.
Have you
I
not
don't
seen
care.
any of her cosplays? She's a little elf-centric, buddy.
That's a great elf cosplay, by the way, if you haven't seen Austin in it. You should be wearing it now for this segment. That would be great.
Can we Photoshop my elf cosplay?
So, anyway, a lot of dwarves die.
A lot of elves die.
A lot of elves die. A lot of humans die. Lots of orcs die.
Of orcs and goblins die.
But what's the only race in Middle-earth that never dies?
Hobbitses?
The Hobbits. You never see one die in any of the movies.
The hobbits were spared.
Even in old age, they just get on a ship and sail off.
See, that's the great thing about the movies versus the books. All the parts where hobbits might die, they just left out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because nobody wants to see a hobbit get killed.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's awful.
lying. It's just leaving out some information.
It's something else. That's all it is. So, and eagles. I don't know if we saw any eagles go down, but
Caw!
they were definitely, that was not even remotely close
A little more
to an eagle.
crowish, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That crow sounds sick to me.
So, the plot, to get back to the movie,
Oh,
the dragon is killed. The dragon is killed.
The dragon is killed.
The dragon dies.
Death.
Right at the beginning. Bam! Right at the beginning of the movie. But not after he completely destroys Lake Town in any. He goes down, and at that point, there's some happy dwarves because they're like, "We have our mountain back."
we got this.
And
Ding
then
dong,
almost,
the witch is dead.
almost instantly, Thorin becomes wicked, drunk with power and
Dragon sickness.
dragon sickness. Right, the gold is driving him mad, and he wants to protect it, and he doesn't want anybody near it.
And then they all start walking
again, yes.
and again.
So much walking.
And I did love how they did not leave out when Bilbo gets back home and all of his stuff's being auctioned off. That's great. I mean,
The Sackville Bagginses have come to take all of his stuff.
yeah, it was portrayed in the movie better than my visual image of reading it in the book. It was awesome. So,
Are those my spoons?
Battle for Five Armies is out. It's on DVD, Blu-ray. You can get all 3 Hobbit movies now. I'm personally going to wait for the extended versions
You
because
could probably
they're
get
coming.
What you could probably get like a Hobbit Lord of the Rings pack, like all in one.
Not yet.
But I want that when it happens.
It'll happen.
And then
a forklift to carry it home.
if anybody gets it, tell me, and then I'll be like knocking
You'll bring
on your
the
door.
popcorn.
I'll be knocking on your door, being like, "Hey, do you want to spend the weekend watching these movies with me?" And then you'll be like, "No," and I'll cry.
No, go away, go away, cute girl. I hate cute girls showing up at my house to watch movies. That's it for the movie segment.
Bye.
In May, Myrtle Beach, XCon. Come see me. Trust me, it's gonna be fun.
It's time for the TV segment, gang. And we all are so excited about what just is going on right now. That's right, March Madness basketball.
Oh, that's basketball?
Yeah, we're down to the Final Four. Duke's in there. Kentucky's expected to be there. Wisconsin and Michigan State's a bit of a surprise. So who's your favorite, Steve, to win it all?
The blue ones.
Well, there's two blue ones, so you got a 50-50 chance of being right. What about you, Sarah?
The Steelers is football, so not that.
Not the Steelers. Yeah, that would be. Although that would make for an interesting basketball game.
The one with the cutest players?
That would be. I couldn't even begin to tell you. That would just be up to you.
Football, basketball.
Everyone's expecting Kentucky to win, but that's not what I was really talking about. We're talking about The Walking Dead 90-minute season finale. That was March Madness. Right there, you couldn't get any crazier than
Brain
that.
searing, eye melting.
So many storylines heading to moments, like critical moments, and I was like, they can't leave all these moments hanging. They've got to tie at least two of them up. Don't cliffhang me on all of those. And they didn't. They brought them together for you for a fabulous ending.
As Walking Dead finales go, that one was extremely satisfying.
Yeah, I laughed, I cried. I chuckled. It was great.
Also, Daryl lived to see another day, which not everybody thought was going
And
to
Glenn
happen.
lived to see another day.
Right!
Holy
Glenn's
crap,
still
that guy.
alive!
He's tough, man.
You cannot kill that guy.
He is tough, even with a bullet in his shoulder, presumably. So if you guys are waiting to watch it, this is going to be full of spoilers because we just told you who some of the ones that lived. But hey, for me, did you see the Daryl rides out onto Harley? Okay.
Was it a Harley?
Or a bike, a chopper. He does that all the time anyway. But then when he grabs that chain and whips it around, I was like,
Oh my goodness!
full on Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider
That
was
was so insane.
Ghost Rider. I mean, ridiculous, but cool nonetheless.
I mean, you've got to think their skulls are probably not in the best condition anymore. Their bones probably something's
But-
going on.
Yeah, I guess this is alternate reality where people have soft skulls.
Isn't
They could have had diseases. You don't know. They could have all had bone cancer.
what's the other guy's name that's with Daryl?
That guy.
Aaron.
Aaron?
Aaron.
Isn't there a point where he's actually killing zombies with the
With-
Alaska license
Yes, with
plate?
the license
Yeah.
A
plate.
license plate.
We'll cut
don't-
through your skull.
I don't think we've seen that yet in the show. That was kind of cool.
They all have jello heads.
They kind of do.
Yeah, but... and then Morgan shows up with his staff.
He's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Hero Turtle.
Yes, if you heard him on Talking Dead, he misquoted, but he's British. We'll let it slide. Oh man, and so Morgan with the staff, Michonne with the katana. We're starting to have a samurai show. This is turning into a samurai
Yeah.
show, man.
It's very Blind Fury.
Yeah,
Going
it's getting good. Just send those two out; they can clear the whole countryside for you.
They really could too, I think.
And Rick was right. Rick, at least at this point, proved himself right. But what do you think, right at the end when Morgan sees Rick taking care of business, what do you think is going to be the beginning of the next season?
I think Morgan is really upset with Rick because that's not the Rick Grimes Morgan knew. Even when they met again in season 3, 4, whatever season that was,
when
where
Morgan
they met
was
again.
trying to kill everybody, and
When
Rick
Morgan
still
was
spares
crazy.
him.
Now it's flipped, and Rick's the crazy one, and I don't know how Morgan feels about that, but he looked like he was somewhat disgusted with his actions.
Well, I think when he knew he snapped and he was just killing everybody and trapping them, and Rick spared him, I think that's when he went on this like Zen thing of all life is sacred, even bad life, because look how horrible I've been and I was spared. And then he sees the guy he looks up to as the one who spared him executing somebody. Now, he doesn't know what led up to that moment. He just walks into a summary execution and he's like, what?
But I would still think he would give Rick the benefit of the doubt there. I mean, he doesn't know what's led up to that point.
He just sees him bloodied,
I mean,
flustered.
obviously, there are other people dead there in that scene. There's something. There had to
Something's
be a
going
good
on.
reason, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Did anybody see that coming, man? Did anybody see
I did not.
Reg going out like that?
I was surprised by that.
You know, okay, as an architect, it's always great when there's finally an architect in the show, but I was waiting for him to go for about 2 episodes. I was like, man, he is the quintessential architecture professor. Sorry, professors, but he was not like, architect. We design stuff. He was like, well, how does that make you feel? So, yeah, it was time for him to go because he was really clearly contributing nothing to the show.
He designed that great backwards wall that they're
Yeah,
using.
the great backwards wall. Oh, I don't know. He was like the Mr. Rogers that had to go. He has no place in that world. He should have been it a while ago.
Well, apparently he makes fantastic steel cut oats.
Well, or the cut oats of doom.
Those were the cut oats of doom. Last meal, anyone? Oh, cut oats. That sounds delicious.
Be safe on your trip. Oh, and how about the wolves' elaborate build a better mousetrap? It was just like a board game.
Disco mousetrap.
It was a board game. Like this goes here and that goes there, and then
I feel like Daryl should have been more intelligent in that moment. I feel like Daryl should have known better.
he's
He
losing
should have
his
known.
edge.
Trap,
Something was up.
for Daryl, of all people, who was scrutinizing what he was seeing.
And he was like,
find
"Ah,
the trap."
food, it'll be okay."
I think he's getting a little close with Aaron, and it's distracting him a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, they were pretty close in that car.
You got some bro love going on there?
They had a little bromance moment. And was like, I'm going out, and you run the other way.
No, I'll do it. No, I'll do it.
No, we do
I'll
it
get the
together.
No, I'll pay the bill. No, you pay the bill. No, I'll pay the bill.
No, we do it together, or we don't do it. But then they asked him about it in the Talking Dead, and he goes, "No, Daryl wasn't planning on dying for him. Daryl was just going to
He
go
smoked
kick
his
A."
last cigarette. What do you mean he wasn't planning on dying? He was totally planning on dying. He was ready.
Not according to Norman Reedus' interpretation of his character.
Norman Reedus didn't write the show. He doesn't know.
Anyway, spectacular 90-minute finale. And Eugene had a moment with Abraham.
Yes.
They had a little, let's forgive you for trying to kill me moment.
He
And
got real creepy real quick, too.
Yeah. I'll forgive you for trying to kill me if you forgive me for lying to you. And then they dapped it out, and it was all good. And that'll be it for the season. We'll see you, Josh McDermott, at XCon. 5 more weeks.
Hi, this is Avi Shelton, also known as Noah's brother from The Walking Dead Season 5. You can join me at XCon May 15th through 17th at the annual XCon Comic Convention held in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. You can also visit www.xconworld.com to purchase your tickets. I'll see you there.
Events. Well, let's see. We've done Myrtle Beach Comic Con. You did Mad Monster Party.
Mad Monster Party
We've
in
been
Charlotte.
to SC Comic Con in Greenville.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about checking out MegaCon in Orlando. MegaCon. But right now we're going to talk about XCon. Look, we have a poster now.
The most important one.
It's a pretty nice poster too.
It is a cool poster.
Yeah. Good job, Neil. Thank you. Appreciate it. So let's go through some of the guests that we have. You've probably heard all about these. You've heard us talk about Josh McDermott from The Walking Dead, Xavier Shelton, new up and coming child actor who's on The Walking Dead.
It's like this tall.
Yeah, well, a little bit taller than that, and he's a super cool guy. Over here, just already causing ticket sales to start to go through the roof. Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Down here, Clerks cast reunion. Clerks 3's coming up, and now they've announced Mallrats.
Mallrats 2. Exactly.
Yeah, Kevin Smith is
so,
reviving the world of Kevin Smith.
Not a bad time to have some Clerks guests, huh?
No, check it out. Tim Russ, Star Trek. Live long and prosper. Richard Harmon from the 100. If you haven't caught that show, season 2's just wrapped. It's getting crazy.
It's getting a lot of momentum too. I hear more and more people
still
talking.
in it. He's still relevant, and I have a feeling there's big things coming for his character. Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Nicholas Brendan. Yes, he's still coming. He's going to be
still
here.
coming.
He's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Michael Copen, or Copen, Copon. C-O-P-O-N.
I think it's Copen.
Yeah. One Tree Hill fame. He was just at a show this past weekend. I understand there was a line of 1,000 girls. I'm not kidding. 1,000 girls waiting to get his autograph and to take pictures with him.
So queue up early.
Yeah, we're going to have to move his booth somewhere where we can line up 1,000 people.
We're going to need a bit more room. More room.
Probably somewhere near maybe the women's restrooms. So they can get out of line.
Just queue back.
And get back in line. Oh, man, I had no idea. Evidently, you ladies love Michael, so can't wait for you guys to meet him. I'm sure he can't wait to meet you guys either.
He's doing some cool... He has his own studio, his own film studio.
He does have his own film studio.
Independent film stuff, too, so hopefully he brings some of that stuff with him.
We have a couple of Power Rangers, Blake Foster and Ciara Hanna, and if you've seen Ciara's promo on our TV show, you know how cute she is. Cute.
She's super stoked about coming to ExCon. I should be a great guest.
Oh gosh, she keeps posting everything about ExCon on her Facebook page and Twitter.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, show her some love and go to her page and thank her for coming. That'll be awesome.
And it's time for karate class.
Yeah, Blake Foster's karate with the Power Ranger.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be like that scene where he's going to be walking back and forth at the front of the room. There's going to be 1 million kids doing kata out in front of him.
And then they're going to run out of the room and beat up everybody.
We're going to have an ExCon army. It's going to be great.
Of a little XCon army. That would be pretty cool.
Yes! Yeah. World domination!
And we haven't even talked about artists and writers and other celebrities. We have other from film and television celebrities coming. Bob Camp, Ren and Stimpy co-creator, coming back again to say hello. He loves Myrtle Beach, so we're more than happy to have him back. C. Martin Croker, Adult Swim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. You know who I'm talking about. You know. Comic book Brockton McKinney, second trade paperback, just got out this week. He's going to be there.
It's going to be awesome.
For M Theory. You're going to want to get that book and get him to sign it.
And so much other stuff.
Oh, man. It's
a giant kids track.
Bouncy houses, costume contests, drawing contests. We got to get those slot racers in.
Yes, Children's Museum's going to be there.
Video games, Magic the Gathering tournaments,
Kill Your Ride Film Festival.
Oh, we don't even have on here Bill Oberst Jr., the up and coming superstar of the horror genre, is going to be here. He's from here. He's coming back home to show some of his new stuff. Receive a special award from us. It's a surprise. Shh. Don't call him and tell him. But we have a surprise for him. He's not watching the show right now, so it's okay. And we'll get to see some of his latest movies. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. I think it's going to be cool.
Oh, man, there's just too much to go through. We have to break it up over the next few shows to go through it. But we wanted you guys to see this because it's hot off the press and in our little hands. And you're going to start seeing these around town. So keep an eye out for one. If you need one, come by the shop and get it. We'd love for you to put it up at your place of business. Not in your home. Not that we don't love you having them in your home, but they need to be out where everybody can see them.
And everyone can come.
Yes, we want everyone to come and check it out. Whew, man, did I forget anything? Yeah, like half
Probably,
the show.
but we got more shows happening.
Vendors, man. Oh, man. So, XCon is coming up May 15th, 16th, and 17th. Tickets are selling right now online, www.xconworld.com. The Ric Flair tickets are selling, so if you want to see Ric Flair, get the tickets, don't wait. VIP tickets are selling.
Those tickets are both limited, too, so I would get on those quickly.
They are limited. Karate tickets are selling. Those are limited. So any of those limited things, you want to get it now.
Don't miss out. You'll be sad.
And I think that's all we can tell you for right now, because we're running out of time. We'll see you next time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the time of the year. Another XCon is almost here. Grab your money and log in now. Dr. Puck, we're gonna show you how. Just go to xconworld.com. You already know it's the bomb. Comic, toys, games, and fun. Movie stars, anime, I'm not dumb. Party concerts and hanging with me. As always, kids under 12 are free. You better get your tickets fast and save some cash. Oh, yeah.
When you see these hands rub together, that means it's comics time.
Comics.
All right, Steve, what do we got?
Well, right off the bat, let's start with Convergence Zero. Convergence, the big new thing happening in DC Comics.
So tell me about it.
I get the impression with Convergence that it is essentially going to be Crisis on Infinite Earths on a scale that no one has ever seen.
Now, I noticed they give you in the back, this is where the stories are coming from and will be tying together, and they are going way back.
Boom. Yes.
Way back, all the way up to some current. There's Crisis of Infinite Earth.
Which is really cool, I think, that they're...
All the way up to Injustice, Court of Owls, Gotham by Gaslight. I mean, they're tying a lot of the loved stories together in this book.
All of the goods, and I think it's going to be interesting because, you know, you're going to have superheroes from all the different Earths, all the different possible realities, and when it's finished, you may not end up with the same superheroes you started with.
Yeah, I read a little bit, and it was like only the strong shall survive and the weak shall perish, so it's not looking good for a couple of those guys.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to change the face of New 52, I think.
Poor Robin. He ain't going to make it.
I don't know.
Alright, so we
We'll
have
find out.
yet another Star Wars title.
Yes. Canon. The Last Padawan. This is the newest product in the new Marvel series of Star Wars.
Now, is this one? This one isn't in. Is this one still in the between those two movies?
I think this one may be a little further back than that, but it's
Looks good.
It's not set up as far as current movies.
Okay, so we're still not all the way to episode 7, 8, and 9.
And this has been
It's a number one.
pretty popular online. People are really going on and on about the series, which surprised me because, you know, this was one of those things that kind of came out of left field. But, you know, you can still see the clones. They still look the same way that we're used to them looking. So I don't think we're that far out from episodes 1, 2, and 3. This is probably right after the Purge. So there's still some Jedi out there.
Secret History of Kanan from Star Wars Rebels. So we know this is during the Rebel Wars. This is before
This is probably
before Order 66.
Probably a backstory.
So this would be back in the first couple of movies.
So some good backstory for that, I think.
Got
it's
it.
going to be awesome.
All right, our buddies at Action Lab have a new book out, and this is the #1, and it's called
Puppet Master, based on the Puppet Master movies that we all grew up with.
It is based on the
Just when you
Puppet.
thought it was safe, Puppet Master's back.
When you thought it was safe to get into ventriloquism, here they are, messing with you again. So it's literally based. So maybe we'll understand how this all happened in the first.
I'm kind of hoping that it adds to the original stories from the movies.
You know,
looking forward to this. It's great. It comes with some really cool photo covers from the actual movies, and this also is a precursor to a giant new line of Puppet Master toys that are coming out. Or
those movies,
collectible figures. I don't know if we can call
those
them
were
toys.
low budget movies, but I really liked them.
They were great.
They had a lot of comedy in with your horror.
And that super crazy dramatic music that they all had.
Yeah.
That somebody did on their Casio C800.
Right, it was over the top, and that's what made it so good. Oh man! All right, you got one more.
I do.
I just caught a glimpse.
Your favorite.
I'm trying to stay on the couch.
Oh yeah, Rick and Morty the comic.
Rick and Morty. Do we have enough for me to have a couple of these?
Maybe.
Because this is a #1.
It is a #1.
And I need to keep it one pristine. Because
one to keep, one to read.
One to keep, one to read. If you guys haven't seen this show, and I highly recommend you don't allow your children to see this show.
It's hilarious.
But you should definitely see it for yourself because it is hilarious. This is like what would happen if Back to the Future if the professor was a drunk.
That's exactly what it would be like. And even funnier, really, I think.
Yes, it's a great show. I'm happy as heck to see it in a comic. I'm going to keep a couple for myself and read them because I think these are going to be comics that adults are going to want to get and collect just because it's such a good TV show.
So far, all of the...
and I see Oni Press got the license on this and not Boom.
Which is interesting. That's another interesting little...
Yeah. Boom usually
side
gets
note.
those shows from Cartoon Network. But since this is Adult Swim, maybe they felt they should move it to another publisher.
That could be. So far, all the Adult Swim comics have been really good, though, so I'm hoping this one follows suit. Have not been disappointed up to this point. So,
Well.
don't disappoint me, Oni.
There you have it.
I'm just saying.
4 great comic books on the shelves right now.
#1 and #0, even.
3 #1s and a #0, so all collector's items. These are the books you're looking for.
These are the books.
And we'll see you next time.
Whenever we're at Myrtle Beach and we're not hitting the waves in the beautiful sand and jumping the shark just like the Fonz, we like to go slaughter some innocent souls down at the Nerd Bar. Nerd Bar! Nerd Bar! Nerd Bar!
And
Hey
it's
guys.
time for Ask an X-Girl.
Ask an X-Girl.
We'll get it right one day!
Yeah. Alright, so we got our first question here from Peter Baker, 2143. What superhero do you find to be the hottest and why? Peter Baker. Is this what you think I think about all the time? It is. You're so right. Alright. So the hottest superhero is probably Nightwing because his costume is pretty hot and like I've always had a thing for Robin, not our Robin, but like, you know, Batman Robin. And yeah, that's probably the hottest superhero. And why? Thank you, Peter.
Alright. Our next question is from Binky the Panda. Who do you think would win in a fight between Rocket Raccoon and Howard the Duck? I really don't know anything about Howard the Duck, so I'm going to say Rocket Raccoon just for experiential reasons. But personally, I think I would win in a fight because I'm kind of scrappy.
Alright, so this one comes from... this screen name is probably harder to pronounce than my last name. Isn't that Thor's hammer?
Yeah, that's Thor's hammer.
So it's the technical name for Thor's hammer. What does TARDIS stand for in Doctor Who? It is time and relative dimension in space. And I really don't like Doctor Who, so I'm kind of ashamed to know that.
And I didn't know it at all, so you learn something new every day.
Trivia!
Alright, and our last question is from the Ultimate Nullifier. If you were trapped on a desert island, Ultimate Nullifier you don't know how to spell, and could only have 4 items with you, what would they be? A generator, a self-powered, sun-powered generator, a comfortable bed, a television, and a way to access Wi-Fi so I can watch Netflix forever. Thank you. What would you have, Austin?
A lot of food, because I like to eat food a lot. I think, like, I need Wi-Fi, so I can, like, do all the stuff that I need to do with that. My laptop, because I could use the Wi-Fi in my laptop to do anything that I needed to, like Netflix and, you know, communicating with people. And then I would have a do not disturb sign so that no one would ever come to find me, and I could just be by myself in my little sanctuary eating a lot of food.
I mean, if it's a desert island, it's implied that you're going to have a lot of food.
Well, I need
a lot
more.
of delicious food.
I need more delicious food. You don't understand my capacity.
Alright, well that was
Alright,
this
guys.
week's segment of Ask an S-Girl. If you want to ask us questions, make sure you go to our Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, which I'm assuming Robin will put down here. Bye!
Bye!